Hello friends, welcome to Binomy by RTK. Today I'll be taking overview of RNA processing and post-transcriptional gene control. Nearly all cytoplasmic RNAs are processed from primary transcripts in the nucleus before they are exported to the cytoplasm. Here you can see all the types of RNA polymerases as we have discussed earlier. Polymerase 1, polymerase 2 and polymerase 3. Polymerase 1 works inside the nucleolus for the production of ribosomal RNA. Here polymerase 3 also helps in the production of this ribosomal RNA along with this polymerase 1. But main function of polymerase 3 is to produce tRNA. Then polymerase 2 which produces mRNA. Now we'll focus here to this polymerase 2. It is producing this mRNA which contains this exons along with these introns. So and one more thing, it also contains a 5' cap. That is, a cap is present at 5' end. We will discuss about this later in my next video. Then it undergoes splicing, where introns are removed and what we get is the long stretch of exons. This is known as splicing. Then what happens? It undergoes polyadenylation. That means at 3' end of this mRNA, poly A tail is being added so that it doesn't get degraded. So this all process is known as processing, that is processing of mRNA. Now we will see if this processing doesn't happen, then that unprocessed mRNA is being degraded by this exosome molecule. But if this processing occurs correctly, then that processed mRNA is transported into the cytoplasm for further processes. And also the tRNA molecule and the rRNA, this ribosomal RNA, which later on forms a ribosome, is also transported to the cytoplasm for further process. And these all combinedly help in the process of translation. This is the whole unit of translational machinery. Here the translation initiation factor binds to the 5' cap. We will discuss in the next video what is this 5' cap and what factors bind to this 5' cap. Okay, so here some initiation factors bind here, and also poly A binding protein is bound at this poly A tail. Then it forms a structure and helps in translation. Now when translation is complete and there is no use of this mRNA, so it undergoes degradation where first of all the poly A tail is removed by deadenylase. It removes the poly A tail. Then comes decapping enzyme which removes the 5' cap. When both the ends are free, then this whole mRNA molecule is degraded. Now one more thing occurs here is, if we don't need this mRNA to be translated, then we use a microRNA. This microRNA silences the mRNA molecule from being translated. MicroRNA is 22 nucleotide RNAs which inhibit translation of mRNAs to which they hybridize. Usually in the 3' untranslated region. You can see here this microRNA, this black color microRNA hybridizes with this mRNA at 3' end, and then this mRNA is silenced. Here you can see this mRNA which has 5 prime cap but there is no poly A tail. There are some mRNAs which are produced with this feature without poly A tail, then they undergo some processing process and where the poly A tail is added so that a normal type of mRNA is produced which has a 5 prime cap and poly A tail at 3 prime end. So friends, this is the overview of RNA processing and post-transcriptional gene control. We will study this further in my next videos because there are so many facts to be learned about this process, and let's hope we'll do it very fast. Okay, keep watching Binomi. Thank you.